How are we, lads? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. I am Nick from Australia. Welcome to the Sunday afternoon football review for round 9 of the NRL. We saw two games of football today. We saw the Manly Warringah Seagulls beat the New Zealand Warriors 38 points to 32. And we also just saw a game, well, whether you want to call it a game or you want to call it a snooze fest, it's up to you. The Dragons beating the Bulldogs 32 points to 12 down there at, where was it, Cogra. But, as always, guys, if you're new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Let's get into the review, man. Not much to talk about in that last game, but we'll go back to the first game first. It was probably the better game of the day. Manly 38, New Zealand 32. Very entertaining game, high scoring. Defence was thrown out the window. So, some would say it was a bad game because of, obviously, the defence and all that. But personally, I was entertained by it. I thought it was... it was one of those high-scoring games that you get entertained by, but you know for a fact that both teams need to work on their defence as well. But it started very well for the Warriors. Chanel Harris-Tavita crossing over for the first try for the Warriors. Warriors go into a 6-0 lead early. Straight after that, Tommy Turbo scores for the Seagulls, 6-all. And then not long after that, Turbo scores again. Collects a double. Manly go out to a 12-6 lead. And then the Warriors hit back for Toru Harris. A very nice try there to Toru Harris. I thought he had a really good game today. 12-all. And then Josh Curran scoring for the Warriors as well. And then there was a penalty goal there somewhere. And at half time, the Warriors led 20 points to 12. And I'm going, okay, Manly are a bit flat. They can score points, but the defence is still an issue. They are conceding a lot of tries to Seagulls, so they need to work on their first halves and also their defence. And in the second half, Manly started well. Morgan Harper scoring for the Seagulls, getting the game back to 20 points to 16. And then in the 58th minute, a big try in the corner to Ruben Garrick. It was 20-all. Garrick converts on the sideline. Manly go out to a 22-20 lead. And then after that, a nice try to Jason Saab. And then Saab scored two tries in about 2 minutes. At this stage, Manly were out to a 38 points to 20 lead. And the Warriors, they did well. They fought back. Chanel Harris-Tavita scoring a try. It was a very weird try. It was one of the weirdest and ugliest tries you'll see all year. Harris-Tavita scores 38-26. You're probably still thinking Manly at home. And then Reece Walsh scores for the Warriors 38-32. Grandstand finish, 5 minutes to go. The Warriors are throwing the ball around. And then a huge tackle from Jason Saab on Ken Mamalo in the corner. I thought he was going to score and make it a golden point, or kick to make it golden point. And he saves the day, Saab. The Seagulls hang on. They win the game, 38 points to 32. It was a back and forth game. Manly, the Warriors had an 8-point lead at half time. Then Manly led 38-20. And the Warriors fought back. So it was a very up and down game. It was entertaining to say the least, but Manly, they get the win, 38 points to 32. Tom Trbojevic. Now, we all know how good of a player he is. And, oh, my God, he was so good today. 197 run meters, 4 try assists, 2 tries. He was simply world class. Jason Saab was great for Manly. Morgan Harper had a good game. I thought Cherry Evans was quite strong. He was good. I thought Sean Keppie did very well. His defence was very good. I know he let in 2 tries early on, but, man, he really did well in that second half, and I thought he played a great game. Paseka was strong. Jake Trbojevic had a very good game. It was good to see him play well. Also, Tofel Sipley and Zach Sadler were quite good as well. And for the Warriors, well, they didn't go down without a fight. Roger Tuivasa-Sheck, he had a good game. I thought Rocco Berry was fine. I thought Mamalo he had a bit of a mixed bag. I thought Chanel Harris-Tavita was great for the Warriors. I thought Nick Greenwood was okay. Wade Egan needs to be doing more dummy half for mine. Kane Evans was solid. Toru Harris was very good. Josh Curran had a strong game as well. Also, I thought Bunty Afoa and Justin Fugger were very good at the bench. Reece Walsh, he only played, how long did he play, Reece Walsh? He didn't play very long. 27 minutes? It was fine. But look, the Seagulls, they get the win. 38 points to 32. A well-deserved win, a great fight back there, and they get the win. But Before I get into my top 3 players on ground, I just want to mention really quickly now. I've been watching rugby league. I've watched every game this year. I don't want to be getting too carried away with myself here, but in my honest opinion, Tom Trbojevic is currently the best fullback in the game. He does everything that a fullback needs to do. He's constantly involved. He does all the little things right. So whether you agree or disagree, let me know in the comment in the chat below. Do you guys believe that Tommy Turbo is the best fullback in the game right now? Personally, I think he is, but that's just my opinion. Let me know in the comments below. But my top 3 players on ground for this one, I'm going to go number 3, Jason Saab. He was great. Number 2, Sean Keppie. And number 1, my man of the match, Tommy Turbo. He was absolutely magnificent. Now, let's go on to the other game that we just saw. Well, to be honest, I struggled to stay awake for this game. It was very hard to watch. The first half was just awful. It was a terrible first half of football. It was like, if you're making some toast and you don't realize the bread's a week old. It's just the game was yuck. It wasn't a pretty game. And the Dragons, they scored the first try through Matt Duffy, and it was 6-0. And at half time, man, the completion rate from both sides would have been about 65%, 68%. It wasn't pretty at half time. The Bulldogs were showing absolutely nothing. And then at one stage, at half time, Kyle Flanagan got dropped. He was starting at halfback and then he got dropped to the bench. Apparently it was a tactical thing. I don't believe that. I think he just got dropped for Lachlan Lewis. Second half, the Dragons scored the first try through Max Fawaji in the corner. Was it Max or hang on, which one was it? Matthew Fawaji. Dragons, they get out to a 10-0 lead early after that. And then I'm thinking, righto, Bulldogs, if I can see the next try, it's all over. And they did. Paul Vaughan scored for the Dragons, which leads me to another thing, the obstruction rule. The goddamn obstruction rule. Paul Vaughan, he scores for the Dragons. Ben Hunt's in the way. There's 2 or 3 Bulldogs defenders that are clearly obstructed. Honestly, the obstruction rule is so bad at the moment. It's so up and down. It was a blatant obstruction. I can't believe I gave the try. So Paul Vaughan gets the try, which should have been no try. Dragons 16-0. It's all over pretty much. Then a try to Matt Duffy again. I know Corey Norman scored. Then Matt Duffy scored. I think it was 28-0 at that stage. And then the Bulldogs scored for 1-on-1 strip from Tony, who had a fair game for them off the bench. And then a try to Amon on debut. And then a late try to Nick Meaney. Dragons win 32-12. Honestly, the game was so bad, I could barely watch it. It was just an awful game. Oh, but the Dragons win 32-12. They needed to win today. The Dragons have been in some pretty, up and down form the last couple of weeks, and they definitely needed to win today to stay in that top 8. And it was a really bad game of football in my opinion. But some of the players for the Dragons I thought were good. I thought Duffy was good. I thought Norman and Hunt were fine. Paul Vaughan was outstanding. Tarek Sims and Maguire were very good. Also, the Dragons bench. I thought Junior Amon had a fair game off the bench for the Dragons. I thought, he was quite good for them. I thought Billy Bones was solid. For Canterbury, really hard to find some good players from them. But, I thought Nick Meaney had a fair game. I thought Tennis Lesniak tried hard. I thought Luke Thompson was probably their best player. Adam Elliott tried hard. Also, ran off for Tony and Ogden as well. But to be fair, Tony and Thompson and Ogden were probably the Bulldogs' best players. Everyone else was quite poor. But look, for this game, my top 3 players on ground for the Dragons versus Bulldogs game, I'm going to go number 3. I'm going to go with Ben Hunt. Number 2, I'm going to go with Paul Vaughan. Number 1, my man of the match. I'm going to go with Matt Duffy as my man of the match for the Dragons Bulldogs game. But guys, that wraps up the Sunday football review. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you guys go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And guys, I will be live on YouTube at about 7:10, 7:15 for the round 9 Team of the Week video. Guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.